Und wieder zurück zu Jack Keane. Wir sind im oberen Viertel mit einer leeren Alkoholflasche. Und werden mal schauen, was uns hier oben so erwartet. Hier steht was, das können wir nicht benutzen.
A richly adorned brass cup.
Hey, hands off my beautiful cup. It's all I have left of my tea service. I knew the whole time my daughter had it in her, but I'd have never thought she had her eye on taking over our operation. She's got big plans. She wants to expand our business, 24/7 ocean-wide. If we could just get that wimp she fell for back into shape again.
Okay, der glaubt also, dass seine Tochter in der Lage ist, übersee als Piratin zu aktiv zu sein.
But how can we give Vincent his memory back again?
I'm gonna show you how the family gets people to remember things.
Hinterher?
You stay here and keep an eye out.
But
Okay. That's one way. Ich glaube aber nicht, dass das irgendwas gebracht hat, oder? Das kann eigentlich überhaupt nichts gebracht haben.
The boy doesn't know a thing.
No shit. So, dafür ist er jetzt kaputt gehauen.
Junior, what are you doing up here?
I'm bringing that snotty little banker's brat back to his senses again.
You don't have the least bit of sense in that head of yours.
Okay, also gehen wir erst wieder zurück. Eins nach dem anderen hier schön.
We haven't made any...
that Vincent business was mean.
Whatever. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Maybe if I just tried a little harder.
What's the story behind the cup?
The old hag didn't get this cup as collateral. She took everything I had. She's merciless, that woman. But not the cup. That triumph is mine to this day.
I've still got things to do.
Okay, das Ding können wir uns nicht nehmen, weil dieser Becher ihm unheimlich wichtig ist. Aber...
Fresh water. Wouldn't...
Ah, it's the young man again. The wedding must take place.
Then help me get Vincent back the way he was.
I can't help. No, no.
But it's you who keeps going on about how the wedding must take place.
That's true. It must.
Come on, out with it.
Okay, I guess there's no way around it. I'll tell you the whole story. Remember the page I tore from the Village Chronicle?
The page about November 5th, 1871.
Exactly. I still recall that 5th of November in 1871 as if it were yesterday. It was a fresh and rainy day. A bit foggy, too.
Did the wind howl through the palm fronds?
Oh, yes, it did. That was the day I decided it was time to catch the eye of Tooth Island's handsome young mare. So I resorted to an ancient Indian love poem to do just that. It's called the Kelatara. Its power is so almighty that anyone unable to cope with love in joyful exuberance can lose their senses. Unfortunately, that man went right off the wall. I should have known from the start that politicians can't handle half as much as they claim. All of a sudden, he thought he was a god of love. It didn't take long before he landed in one of Bombay's loony bins. Since then, the village hasn't had a mayor, and the two halves have been at it like cats and dogs. I never got over my guilt. I burnt the Kelatara to ashes and swore to bring about a wedding one day that would reunite the two halves of the village.
Vincent and Shari's wedding.
Yes, that's why their wedding must take place.
Genau, aber das ist verbrannt.
But if the Kelatara is burnt to ashes, what good is it to us?
If I remember correctly, somebody made a copy of the poem back then. A self-styled interpretation, so to speak. If I could only recollect who it was.
Der Metzger.
What does Kelatara translate to anyway?
It's a pretty silly name. Something to do with bananas and stars. But that's not the point at all.
And why did you tear out the pages from the Chronicle?
Because some overzealous chronicler from Britain wrote that the rift in the village was all my fault. I didn't want posterity to hear about it.
Don't worry. This wedding's gonna be a success.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Okay, das ist das. Heißt, wir müssen wahrscheinlich unten zu dem Metzger. Der hat nämlich bestimmt diese Abschrift gemacht. Zu diesen zwei... ich kann sie danach nicht mehr leiden. Vor allem, was verkauft er da? Na egal.
Hello, Jack.
What on earth are you doing here?
We're signing up for this here operation against this Dr. Somebody and earning a little money besides.
Oh Gott. Der Montgomery, ach du Himmel.
You take orders from that guy?
He does make a quite capable impression, he does.
Take a peek at that natty uniform.
It's not the brawn, so it must be his brains. Not just anyone gets a uniform like that.
And he knows how to place adjectives properly. Words like heroic and generous. That makes him very capable in my book. I believe every word he says.
Jo. Der hat den Tiger auch noch nicht mal selbst getötet, fällt mir gerade ein. Dieser Stalaktit. Stalagmit, ich weiß nicht, was oben, was unten ist bei den Dingern. Ist wahrscheinlich einfach auf den Tiger draufgefallen. Einfach von der Decke geplumpst. Weil der eine ist ja auch von der Decke gefallen, als wir Krach gemacht haben. Wir werden das sowieso alleine machen dürfen, also der ist keine Hilfe.
The troops are not fully accounted for yet. You could still join up, Mr. Keane.
Join you? Doing what?
Righto. In case you've forgotten, my assignment is to thwart that villainous doctor's schemes. He is plotting something sinister, and I am going to stop him.
But I already know what he's up to. His army of flying monkeys is airborne and they're carrying man-eating...
Don't do anything rash, Mr. Keane. I, at any rate, am going to set off on an expedition that shall take me to the very core of this island. I am bound to learn everything of importance there.
There is no way I'm going to accompany you.
After all, I'm always the most effective when I'm on my own.
Da waren noch ein paar mehr Gesprächsoptionen.
The troops are not... I am preparing an expedition that... And of course, I could always do with an extra hand.
Sure, I'll come along with you.
Very good. Another porter for my unit.
Porter? Fat chance of that. Go on, do your blasted nonsense on your own.
You're probably not able to...
Okay, bei dem ist irgendwie nur Stress angesagt, weil der uns für seine Expedition will.
I'm thinking about how she could be helped.
You don't really want to sign on with that guy, do you?
No. On the other hand, accompanying daring-do expeditions can only lead to certain doom. Well, I guess that's right up my alley.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks, I already have one.
Mal sehen. Apotheke.
Also need 3 bottles of petrol. Gasoline to you colonials. And make it snappy.
For chainsaws?
No, for an experimental prototype called Airplane. Before you pose the question, no, it's not flying too well at this point.
Aha. Well, I do happen to have 3 flasks of gasoline left in stock. 100 milliliters apiece.
Charge it to the doctor's account.
Of course, Miss Gristle. Drop in any time.
Bah!
What? Wasn't that...
Yep. 300 Milliliter Benzin für ein Flugzeug, auch wenn es ein Prototyp ist. Naja.
It says, rare plants purchased, especially high prices paid for nutmeg mint and purple shooting. Lose 27 pounds in only. I ask myself, who falls for that rubbish? Small boxes, perhaps for small-scale medication. Large boxes, perhaps for large-scale medication? For large game?
Nicht, dass wir wahrscheinlich irgendwas mitnehmen könnten, aber reden wir mit der guten Frau.
Ooh, how chic.
Yeah. It's not the first time I've been called cheeky.
You're the cat's meow, you. What I meant was, how exciting to meet a man of the world. I went to Harvard, you know. I'm extremely well versed in medicine and technology. Did you want to buy something?
Die war in Harvard. Okay. Oh. Intelligent.
Is there a remedy that cures amnesia?
I have quite a strong potion here. Whoever drinks it will instantly fall in love with the person facing him or her. It could also help restore someone's memory, but I won't sell it for less than 2,000 rupees.
But I don't have any rupees.
For you, how about 150 shillings?
Sorry to say I don't have 150 shillings either.
What to do? I wouldn't think of giving the potion away without some service in return. Maybe you could find something else that could be of interest to me?
Dann red doch mal weiter.
Oh, did you want to...
Yes, our civilization is truly outstanding.
What? Your civilization? We seem to have a misunderstanding. Your civilization has benefited from our knowledge. You poor world-weary creatures.
I'm not feeling particularly world-weary.
You're not? Then spend a few years on Tooth Island. That'll do the trick. The best thing would be for you to marry here. Who wouldn't be tickled pink to marry such a chic adventurer?
War das jetzt eine Anmache?
It's all about that
I have quite a strong potion here. It could also...
But I don't...
For you...
Sorry.
I wouldn't... Maybe...
Okay, die will uns also auch nicht sagen, was wir machen müssen. Also laufen wir einfach weiter. Und laufen erstmal alle Plätze ab, die wir haben. Und gehen dann am Ende zum Metzger. Wer bist du denn?
Yes?
How's business?
Ach so,
It
die ist
wouldn't
das von
hurt to
unten.
have some fresh... The resident...
Later.
Okay, hier ist also nur die von unten. Also uninteressant. Mit der können wir auch irgendwie nicht mehr reden. Gehen wir erstmal zu dem Typen überhaupt hin, der hier...
For business that just won't wait. Brand new bandages. Luckily, they haven't been used yet.
Bandages. Okay. Why not?
Good day, sir. Beautiful today, isn't it? The sky is cleared.
Ach Gott, das ist doch hier bestimmt der...
The day'd be finer if your head would clear.
I wouldn't mind that either. Could it be that we used to know each other too?
You still owe me 1,000 rupees, remember?
If that doesn't beat all. But my mother will have no problem settling that. She's rich and powerful. So I've been told.
Shake a leg and marry Shari. Then my training would be over with.
But I can't marry her if I don't have a...
Women remain a lifelong mystery no matter what you do.
Okay, but does that mean things have to be made even worse?
Till later.
Was auch immer das für ein Schatten ist, der hier auf dem Boden ist. Komm runter hier. Jetzt gehen wir erstmal zum...
We haven't made...
I've still...
Hier ist nichts Neues. Kann sie uns vielleicht was zu diesem komischen, zu der Potion
Later
sagen?
on, it's going to be the same.
Ah, if I
What does
it's a but that
and what?
because
Okay, da kann man nicht mal die Möglichkeit, uns zu verabschieden.
Don't.
I'll be
Okay, dann gehen wir nach unten zum Metzger. Kommen wir eigentlich wieder irgendwie runter? Ach, da ganz hin. Ah. Okay. Wir könnten in den Turm reinlaufen. Können wir jetzt unten was von klauen von dem Stand? Nö. Hätte ja sein können. Du da, ich brauch das Gedicht.
Hello, my friend.
I need a poem called Kelatara.
You don't say. Now that's a very dangerous matter. It's being safeguarded by the monks. This authorization enables you to get it. It's always a pleasure to help a friend.
Fine and dandy.
By the monks. Ach, da müssen wir zum Tempel zurück, oder was?
Hello?
See you.
Okay. Also müssen wir wieder ganz zurück zum Tempel laufen. Komm, lauf schneller. Mal schauen, ob wir noch irgendwas für das Gedicht noch machen müssen oder ob die uns das einfach aushändigen.
Hello.
I'm supposed to pick up a poem here.
I'm not in charge of the paperwork. You'll have to ask the lackeys a few departments below me.
Have you?
It's your ordeal. Love has the power to move mountains, tear down walls, and bring madmen to their senses again.
See you.
Okay, heißt wir müssen... Müssen irgendwo das Gedicht herbekommen. Ist der Typ mittlerweile... Ah, ist wieder da vorne.
Looks like an old new...
Aha, the High Flyer. We are all mighty proud of you.
Really?
Note.
I'm supposed...
Really? I'm not handing you... Poems are nothing to fool with. Some of them are deadly.
Okay, dann müssen wir es also manuell dem in die Finger drücken. Bitte sehr.
There you go. But you need to be very... The poem has a, let's say... Whoever hears it will be overcome by... That's why only the intended target is allowed to hear it.
But someone has to read it out loud, which means they'll hear it too.
No! The poem must be read aloud by the person the target is supposed to fall in love with. However, that person cannot hear their own words being read out loud. Otherwise, terrible things will happen.
Oh, well.
May your
And may the bride's words resound in the groom's ear.
So, wo ist denn eigentlich die Braut? Die gute Frau war im ganzen Dorf nicht zu sehen. Wo ist die denn hin? Na, komm. So. Schauen wir doch mal, ob das... Was können wir... Die Bandages dann eigentlich in diesem...
That's not going to work.
Okay, dann nicht. Ach. Ich klicke auch immer auf diese blöde Tür.
I don't think that'll work.
Okay, gut, heißt, wir dürfen es ihm auch gar nicht geben. Hätte ja sein können, dass der als dich... egal. Dummer Gedankengang. Die ganze Rumrennerei geht um ein bisschen auf die Nerven. Vor allem diese Kammerführung ist halt eben so, dass man nicht vernünftig durchlaufen kann.
So.
Ah, if I
But
if
and why did
I
what does
it's a, but that's
don't
So, müssen wir der also auch manuell geben.
a lovable old lady? That's not going to work. It's supposed to be rather dangerous. I'd better not read the whole thing. It's supposed to be rather dangerous. I'd better not read the whole thing. That doesn't seem to work. Fresh water.
Frage ist halt, ich weiß noch nicht mal, wo die Braut ist. Vielleicht ist sie irgendwo beim Tempel. Aber das schauen wir mal kurz, nicht kurz, sondern in der nächsten Folge. Schauen wir in der nächsten Folge, wo die Braut ist, um der das Gedicht zu geben. Ich hoffe, dass es das ist. Und dass da nicht noch Riesenaufgaben warten. Naja, bis dahin, auf Wiedersehen.